Volumes of triangular prisms. The volume, V, of a triangular prism is the area of the base, B, times the area, times the height, H. And so we have a volume formula of base times height. The capital B does not actually mean the dimension of the base of the triangle. What that represents, a capital B represents, is that it stands for another set of dimensions. In this case, this would be the area of the triangular base, area of triangle. And so we can actually rewrite this as the volume is equal to the base part is 1/2 base times height, and then we have the height of the prism. So I start drawing the triangular prism, and here's my base, all right? So we call this the base. And so you can find that area by taking the height and the base of that triangle, half of that, right? And then the H is the extrusion of that triangle up. And then that creates our prism. All right. So here's our base. Here's our height. So let's look at an example. Okay, so I've taken a triangle, and this happens to be a right triangle, and I'm going to extrude it down this time, a certain number of units. And connect it. And there's my prism. But it gives me some dimensions here. It says that this length is 8 meters. This side is 12.8 meters. The height is 13 meters. And this leg of the triangle is 10 meters. So let's go ahead and set up our formula. We have volume is equal to base times height. I know that the volume, the base has an area of 1/2 base times height for the triangle, and then we extrude that a certain height. So now I can plug in the values I know. So remember, the base and the height for a right-angled triangle is always the legs. So don't get confused by the hypotenuse, which remember is just the line that splits a rectangle in half, which is why we take 1/2 of the base times height. And so we want to use the dimensions 8 and 10. And then our height is 13. And now I can simplify and solve. And so 1/2 of 8 is 4. And then if I multiply all that together, which is 40 times 13, and that will give me 520. Remember our dimensions, meters, and it's cubed because we're addressing volume. And that's my final answer.